The scent of cedar and aged resin always hung heavy in Elias' workshop, a space where time seemed to move at the speed of a hand planer. He was a luthier, one of the last who refused to use a CNC machine to carve the arch of a cello. His apprentice, Maya, was currently obsessed with the purfling, the narrow decorative inlay that runs along the edge of the instrument's body. She watched him bend a thin strip of ebony over a hot iron. "Why do we even do this, Elias?" she asked, wiping sawdust from her forehead. "It's just a stripe. It takes 3 days to channel the wood and fit it perfectly. Surely a painted line would look the same from the third row of an orchestra." Elias paused, the steam rising around his weathered face. "You think the purfling is jewelry, Maya. It's a common mistake. Most people think it's just for show." He tapped the edge of an unfinished plate. "If I hit this cello against a chair, what happens?" "The wood cracks," she replied. "Exactly. But the purfling is actually a structural fretting. It's a separate channel of wood that acts as a soft barrier. If the instrument takes a hit, the crack stops at the purfling instead of shattering the entire soundboard. It's not there to be pretty. It's there to survive the pressure." Maya went back to her bench, humbled by the idea that beauty was often a byproduct of protection. But as she cleaned the back of an 18th century cello Elias was restoring, she noticed something odd. The instrument, credited to a famous Italian master, had a purfling line that didn't quite meet at the bottom. It was tucked behind the end pin, hidden by a tiny, raised knot of wood. "This is sloppy for a masterpiece," she whispered. "Look at this gap." Elias walked over, his eyes twinkling with a strange, knowing gravity. "Use the dental mirror. Look inside the sound hole, right under that sloppy joint." Maya angled the mirror and a flashlight into the dark cavern of the cello. Her breath caught. Tucked into a tiny, hollowed-out chamber within the thickest part of the corner block, a space no one would ever see unless they took the entire instrument apart, was a small, rolled piece of vellum. "Is that a note?" she gasped. "The mystery of the silent voice," Elias said softly. "The master who built this didn't sign the label on the outside. He hid his true name in the purfling joint. He knew that one day, 100 years later, the wood would need repair, and a fellow craftsman would find him. He carefully extracted the vellum with a pair of long tweezers. It didn't bear a name. Instead, it held a single sentence written in faded iron-gall ink. The music is not in the strings, but in the silence I carved away. Maya looked at the instrument, then at her own calloused hands. She had spent weeks worrying about making her work visible and perfect for the world to see. The lesson, Maya, Elias said, returning to his iron, is that the most important parts of your work, the parts that hold the soul together, are usually the ones the audience never sees. Build for the repairman a century from now, not the critic tomorrow. If you liked this story, please press the like button and subscribe to our channel.